a bigger television badass? Actually, let's correct it. Who's a bigger badass? Daniel LaRusso, Johnny Lawrence, or Jethro Gibbs?
Oh, I mean, I gotta pick Daniel LaRusso because he's my dad, but technically Gibbs was my dad, so I don't know.
Courtney, what do you think?
Wait, I don't know who Jethro Gibbs is.
NCIS.
Wow.
I played his daughter in his flashbacks when I was like 8 years old, so I technically am the daughter of two of the three. So
Complex. Because she's tied to them, I will say Johnny Lawrence because Mary's got the other two covered. So.
Well, there you go. Now, I'll ask this for Courtney. Courtney, what was a more gratifying scene to shoot this season? The profanity in the big meeting or slapping Sensei Kreese?
Oh, I did enjoy a good profanity in the meeting. I when we were filming that, I don't know if the extras realized that I had a line when we did it, and so there was just people surrounding me, and then I just jump up out of nowhere, and I'm like, "Shut the F up!" or whatever. And they were like, "Oh, yes." So that was kind
So who's more likely to drop an F-bomb during shooting on the cast?
out of everybody, definitely Tanner. Tanner Buchanan, who plays Robbie, is the worst potty mouth. Every word out of his mouth, he's like, it's just a constant stream of them, and then he gets his crap together and says his actual line.
What about you, Courtney? What do you think?
I work with I work in my little bubble of, it's basically me and Ralph. So Ralph is classy. I am a truck driver.
So you bring the sauce into that whole dynamic, huh?
Trying to stop it, but yes.
That's what I enjoy about you on the show. Not gonna lie, Courtney. I think that's the best part. Now, in terms of the good old days, referencing the old film, the Karate Kid Part 1, 2, and 3. Who's more likely to bring that up in a conversation, Ralph or William?
Bring the good old days? Well,
the original films.
I spend most of my time with Ralph, and he's got a bajillion stories for you. From anything that's happening, he's got a story for it, and it can reference any body of his work, but particularly the Karate Kid because it triggers him things that we are doing. So I'd have to say Ralph.
What about you, Mary?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that's, I think that's one of my favorite things about getting to work with Ralph is just I get to it's like constantly watching like behind the scenes like bonus footage on a DVD. It's like this is the coolest thing ever, and I just get to be like, no way, and then he goes, yeah way, and continues with the story. It's so awesome.
Now, final question. Now, in an interview, I believe it was Mary who referenced you viewed the Karate Kid in the same way you view Twilight as like comfort food. It's sort of like people watch it, people are used to it. I grew up watching the Karate Kid. That's why people, possibly are drawn to Cobra Kai. Is that a little odd that people are making that jump from Twilight to Karate Kid as it being quote unquote comfort food? But in the same token, is it also weird that say Daniel, well, in the case of the character Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence, well, obviously Ralph Macchio and Williams Zabka were at one point considered teen heartthrobs?
That's a little weird to think about. I just had a moment right there.
Well, there's the Tiger Beat scene, isn't there? Those photos in the scene.
Oh, totally. You know what? That just made me think of like the other day I was talking to somebody, we were watching the show, and they were like, you know what? Ralph was so cute when he was younger. And I was like, that is my dad. Don't talk about him that way. That is so weird. But that is hilarious to think about that I have a cardboard cutout of Edward Cullen that lived in my bedroom from the time I was 14 until, and I just packed it last week. Anyway, he exists. And the idea that like somebody would have a Ralph Macchio cardboard cutout, that's incredible.
Well, Courtney, Mary, you guys have been delightful. I love the show. It was a great season. People need to watch it. If you haven't watched it already, start from the beginning, binge the whole thing. And if you could give me one word about season 4 quickly, what could you tell me?
Not even there yet. That's the word.
That was more than one word.
Fingers crossed.
History.
So the rumors about you guys starting to film in a few months, that's not true?
we're kind of, it's obviously everything's up in the air right now because of COVID, but fingers crossed, and we're excited. But we're excited to share season 3 and see what people think of that.
I'm going to advocate for Courtney to have some some karate sequences. I want her to kick some ass that season. I want her to just lay some MFers out. That has got to happen.
I'm with you, bro.
I'm about it.
All right. Well, take care. Thank you for your time, and I will move along.
Thank you.